y'all, Shay here. Today is our whip and chat day. So I'm standing up just to make sure y'all can see good. So I'm gonna have a seat. Welcome to this week's whip and chat. For those of you that are new, WIPs, W-I-P stands for work in progress. So go ahead and pull out whatever you're working on, whether it be craft related or anything else. Let me just keep you busy and kind of take your mind off of some things, maybe for an hour, and keep you entertained. And yeah, so grab a drink and be sure and hydrate. I've got my coffee and I've got my water. So coffee, water, right? That's what you got to do. Let me take a quick sip. Okay, can't talk about coffee and not drink it. It's just too good. All right, so today is Wednesday for me / Thursday for y'all. And my little stickers are popping up a little bit here on my release papers. These I found in Lou's stash of stickers, and once she saw I was using them, she was like, those are my stickers. I'm like, they come off and you can reuse them, because that's what's great about these release papers. They're like that waxy material, and stickers just, you can reuse them. And she didn't like that. And I said, I'm sorry, I didn't ask you. I should have asked your permission. So these are from Lou. I kind of took the little Santas. She went over to my mom and dad's over the weekend and had a sleepover, and they did some crafts. And she came back with these stickers. My mom and dad had got them at Hobby Lobby, and they did some really cool crafting. All right, so welcome, like I said, and I want to know how you guys are doing. So let me know down below how things are going. I'm good. I took some notes, and we'll just kind of cover everything that's been going on. I miss you guys because I was on vacation last week and I was not able to do a whip and chat. So I'm very excited to be back and be here with you guys. So let me just talk about what my whip is. I'll show you guys real quick. Okay, this is a Craftibly painting. And if you saw, I just unboxed it on Monday, I believe. Merry Monday. Yes, for Jingle drills. And this is the little sticker, the logbook sticker. Let me sit up and see if y'all can see. This is what the picture will look like. It's Cmas Magic by Craftibly, and it's a 24 by 24 round. And in centimeters, it's like a 61 by 61. So it's a nice size. It's a cute little square. I hope I'll be able to finish it. But y'all, it's slow going already. Today, words, y'all, I need to slow down. Today is the December 1st, and I've been working on this for a couple of days, and the confetti is real. Now, for those of you that might be new, confetti is constantly changing colors. So I don't know but we'll see. And if I don't finish it, it's okay. It's okay. These events are meant to be fun. And when I talk about events, we'll just kind of jump in and start talking about jingle drills. And I will get my first color. But let me talk about what else I'm using. So Craftibly painting, okay? And I'll have everything listed down below if you're interested in any of these things. Elizabeth Ward storage containers, because there are 62 colors. So I've got all my Elizabeth Ward. I actually asked for some new ones for Christmas because sometimes I feel like I've, got some kitted up that I stopped working on, and then I want to kit up another one. And what I've got right here is, if you can see on here, some of them have a little black dot. I used a little Sharpie and put a little black dot, and that means I have ABs. That, if y'all saw me unbox that several months ago, I got that diamondpaintingdrills.com, which, by the way, diamondpaintingdrills.com is one of our sponsors. So I'll have everything listed down below. They've got special codes for discounts for our event. So thank you so much to them. But I've been a customer of theirs for a long time, and I bought one of those AB boxes, one round, one square. And it's awesome because every time I kit up a painting, I go to that box, I just kind of pull out, and I always have multiple colors. And then I can decide as I'm doing the painting if it's something I want to use or not. So this just kind of tells me that there is an AB available as an option. What else? So I've got I didn't unbox this on the channel because I don't know if y'all can see it. The lighting's not great over here right now. There we go. I did not unbox this on the channel because I was just so excited to start using it for jingle drills. This is from Diamond Pen Pal. So it does have one flat edge, so it doesn't roll. It's the no roll stop pens. And it reminded me of a candy cane. It's got the red and kind of the grain. It's got the red glitter in there. So when I got back from vacation, it was in the mailbox, and I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to do a video just for one pen. I'm just going to bust it open and start using it. So yes, this is a new pen. So I love it. Hopefully y'all can, oh, there you go. That's a little better. Sorry, the lighting's not great in here, but yes, there's my new pen. I do have just a brass tip, and it does have micro glue dots in there. I love micro glue dots. And then I've got a 8-placer, multi-placer, and I've just got blue wax in there. I just use pink or blue wax. That's it. And it works. And most of them are free. They just come with the kits. What else? I also have a Munimade tray. I grabbed a blue one because I just thought it would kind of look cool with there's a lot of navy blue in this painting. So I thought blue would be different instead of like red or green or, white. And it kind of looks cool together. And then I do use release papers, like I said, and I get these from Amazon from Star Ore. And then my Coverminder smells so good. This is from Jenny, the Uncrafty Crafter. She has an Etsy shop called Oh Snap Crafters Cafe. And look at this, it's a snowflake. And this is one of the snap, so you can change out these snaps. And this is the base. And you just snap it in. And then this is one of the scented ones. So let me open her up. Here we go. And it's got a little felt pad inside, and it's scented. I got this a long time ago when she first started her shop. It's the very first one I got, and I want to say it's coffee. It's starting to fade just a tiny bit, so I actually just placed an order for a vial of some new. So I got Tipsy Eggnog, and I got Sweater Weather. So I'll be trying those in this. So I'm really excited. But you can still smell it for sure, but I've had it for a couple of months. So I have been waiting. I got it for this event. I got it for Christmas. So I got that. And then I just have some fun. I think you may have seen these before when I was doing my red reindeer one from time. Whoa, yep. The gingerbread folks want to go in their house so bad. But it's a little gingerbread girl and a little gingerbread man and a little gingerbread house. I love gingerbreads and gingerbread men. I'm thinking about decorating my kitchen in like all gingerbread themed. I think that would be so cute. So after Christmas, I'm going to be on the lookout for sales and like at Hobby Lobby and, Joann's and all the places, and see if I can find some cute little gingerbread houses that light up, maybe to put in the kitchen, some little people. So I think I'm going to try to do, because I don't really have a theme in my kitchen. So I think I'm going to do that, but I'm going to wait till after Christmas. Oh, right. Did I miss anything else? Oh, and I have a little trash tray that I made. And I only have one. That's so funny, y'all. The one piece of trash that I have so far, this is a round. I don't know if I pointed that out. This is a round, but this drill is a square. So I thought that was so funny. It's the right color. Oh, it's not even from Craftibly. This is one of my ABs that I got from diamondpaintingdrills.com. But yeah, it's a little square. I was like, oh boy, buddy, you don't go in there. So that's my only trash so far. But I haven't gotten very far, you guys. I am going so slow on this. Let me reveal how much I've done. Let's see. Yeah, these little stickers aren't sticking so good. Move this guy to the side. Yeah, that's all I've done so far. Can y'all see that? Let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see. I have not done very much. I've just done like this section, basically right here is all I've done. And I started doing a little bit over here last night. And over here, I'm doing ABs. I added in some extra ABs, but yeah, this is gonna take a while. But again, it's all about, the process, it's not a race. There's not like we're not giving out, prizes or awards for the winner, for the first place, person to finish something. So, all right, speaking of jingle drills, let's go ahead and start talking about that. So welcome to week 1. This is going to be the first whip and chat for the event. And during this whip and chat, I will be asking for a word, a secret word that I want you to put down in the comments. I'll kind of mention it somewhere throughout the video, so just stay tuned and watch through. And I will mention that and then put that down in the comments. Don't put, obviously, like a lot of creators say, don't put this is for the giveaway or this is for the prize. Just kind of be, subtle about it. Just put a word. And I will tell you what the word is in just a little bit. I've got a big note, so I won't forget. I'm actually changing the word as we speak because I thought of a different one that I thought was more fitting. Okay, so the word has changed, but I will mention that word. Now, my giveaway will be for US only, but international folks, don't worry. We've got you taken care of. We know we love you just the same. And sorry, I'm not painting. I'm looking for a symbol. Y'all, there's so many, and I'm still getting used to like where everything is. So this is my giveaway today for this whip and chat will be US only. Now, you'll see this on Thursday. Now on Friday, Lindsay, who is the host of this event, which I forgot to mention her. Sorry, Lindsay. Emeralds and Fairy Lights. Lindsay over there. She's the host. So her and I are putting on this event. Down below, you'll have links to both of our announcement videos. If you have any questions on how to enter, what we're looking for, what works, you know, all those things. Obviously, it's winter, holiday, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, any of those things. Religious, anything that means a season to you. And it started on the 29th and it goes till December 25th. So you still have plenty of time to enter. All you have to do is just take a start photo and post it on Instagram. And it's hashtag Jingle Drills. But again, all this will be down in the description. But what I was getting to was Lindsay will be doing her whip and chats on Friday. And her giveaway will be for international only. And then week 2, it will be my turn to do international on Thursday for that whip and chat. And then very next day on Friday will be hers, and it will be for US only. So we just thought that would be fair. And that way we could both just kind of swap and, you know, do, you know, a little bit of everyone and kind of take turns. So once I get to the portion where I talk about the word that I'm looking for, I will then show you the prize. Okay. I've got everything over here to the side and I'm really excited to show you. In addition to what you'll see, I also always add in some little extras. Like I love surprises. So you'll get little things more than what I show you. Okay. Yeah, I'm already done with that color. Ay. This thing's going to take me a long time, y'all. A long time. All right, there's a lot of this symbol. So let me find, just give me just a second. Hope my head's not in the frame as I'm hunting. And okay, here it is. I think that's it. Is that it? Upside down Y? That's it. Okay. So what else for Jingle Drills? I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Jingle Drills. I think that's it. Okay. And if you have any questions, any comments, if you don't have Instagram and, you know, just send Lindsay or myself, my contact info will be in the description. Just send us a message and we will be happy to post that picture for you. So not having Instagram is not a problem at all. You don't have to have that. Okay. You could still enter. I think that's it. And then what I'll do is, you know, I'll show y'all today, right? What you can win. I'll ask for the word and then you'll have a week to respond. And then the next, hello. Is that the same one? Yeah. The next whip and chat, I will announce the winner and I'll send it out immediately. So that's kind of how we'll work it. And if you've done events before, this shouldn't be any different than what you're used to. This is actually Lindsay and I's second time to do an event together. We did the JBG along, the Jasmine Beckett Griffith along, back in July. And I loved working with her. And I hit her up once I saw she was doing this Christmas event. And I'm like, if you need a co-host. And she accepted my offer. So I love her. I really, really do enjoy her channel. I'd love to meet her one day. I think we'd just get along splendidly. And I just think she's super cool. And I think we have a lot in common. And she's great to work with for events. She's very organized. And yeah, she just makes it really easy. So I feel like a new woman right now, you guys. I mean, I feel good. I practiced some self-care this morning. After I got Lou and Nate off to school, I put my color in. I colored my hair, which was way overdue. The grays, y'all. I have a lot of grays. And so I'm constantly coloring my hair every like 4 to 6 weeks. If I don't, the grays are really bad. So I colored my hair and then I took a shower, got dressed, put a tiny bit of makeup on, not much, just like some foundation and some powder and some blush. That's it. I didn't do eye makeup or anything, but I feel so much better. So like I've told y'all before, self-care, man, I'll tell you what, it's where it's at for me. I feel because I have to admit, I haven't showered. I don't know, last time I washed my hair was Thanksgiving. So it was time to wash the hair. it was time to take a shower. I think it had been a couple days since I'd showered, which I know is gross, but let's be real here. You know, that's how it is. So, yeah, oh my gosh, y'all, we've just been trying to get back into the swing of things from being out on, Thanksgiving break for a week. We were used to staying up late. Well, first of all, being in Florida at Disney, it's an hour difference. It's Eastern there, and we're used to Central Time. So that really made it difficult. And plus we were on vacation mode, and even when we got home for 3 days, we were staying up late, sleeping in till 9:30, and now we're having to get up at 6. Oh, it's been really, really hard. I'm having a hard time going to bed at a decent time, and I'm just dragging during the day. And then I get the second wind again at night, every night. I'm like, really? Like 11 o'clock or 10:30, 11 o'clock, I get a second wind, and I just cannot go to sleep. So, yeah, the shower was good today. I'm glad I did that. So what else diamond painting related that I want to talk about before? Oh, yes. Okay. So I wanted to say thank you to all the folks that came to my live on this past Sunday. So in case you didn't know, I do go live every Sunday now. I've got a schedule. I've got a permanent slot, and I go live on Sundays from 4 to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, but I had a guest, and she was awesome. I made a new friend, so it was so fun. I've got, her name's Lisa, and so if you haven't watched that live, you'll have to go check out the replay. It was really fun. Her name is Lisa, and she goes by Diamond Art Nurse. So if you've seen her around and you'd like to meet her, go check that out. So, and I'd love to have you guys join me this next Sunday. I don't think I'm going to have a guest, but the offer still stands. If anybody wants to join, I'll put the offer out there again. Subscribers, creators, whoever wants to come along with me and hang out for an hour, you're totally welcome. Just send me a message and I'll give you the link and we'll set it up. So just let me know. The more the merrier. And like I said, I'm happy to, meet subscribers and just meet people in the community. It's a great way to do it. And Lisa was awesome. So I just wanted to say thank you to her if she's watching. And yeah, we've been messaging now. So I made a new friend. It's so fun. I don't have a lot of friends, you guys, in like real life. I've always been one of those friends one of those people that always grew up with like one friend, just kind of one close friend. I wasn't one of those people that had like a ton of friends, like, almost like, what do you call them? The word has slipped me. More not casual, but I had like more, I had serious friends and I had like more just acquaintances. That's the word I'm looking for. I didn't have a lot of acquaintances. I just had like one good friend. And I'm kind of like that in real life too. I kind of don't, meet a lot of other folks, and I kind of just keep to myself, and I'm kind of shy. I'll just throw that drill on the floor. The house is so messy right now. I'm so bad, you guys. I throw drills on the floor. Is that bad? I do. I admit it. I throw them on the floor. I don't care. I used to. See, here's the deal. If they're trash, like if they're misshapen or if they're trash, if they have holes in them and I want to show you guys, I put them in the little trash bin, right? But if they're just like the wrong color that maybe got mixed in, or I find loose drill here, that I'm not using anymore that maybe like fell out and got stuck on the painting, and it's not trash, I just throw them on the floor. Yep. Just throw it right on the floor. I love it. I feel like I'm doing something bad. I'm like, but yeah, I'm the one that has to vacuum and clean it up. I don't do it right after I've vacuumed. I kind of wait. And then once it's been like a week, I'm like, oh boy, I need to just throw them on the floor and just vacuum them up. What else? Okay, so that was about Sunday's live, and I wanted to be sure and thank her. I also wanted to say thank you to my Patreons. I got another new Patreon, you guys. I'm up to like 14 people. And by the way, today is the 1st, so small plug. If you are interested in joining Patreon, now is the right time to do it, because they do charge you the very first of the month, no matter what. So please don't sign up at the end of the month, because you will get charged then, and then you'll get charged again the very first of the month. So if you are interested, it's a way to support the channel. It's no way, by no means is it mandatory. Everything's the same on here. What it basically gives you is, I just do behind the scenes. I did some vlogging from Disney. We've got the craft room under construction right now, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And I filmed a video this morning of what the current status looks like. And so I just kind of show, you know, and I went to Costco yesterday and I filmed my whole Costco trip. I normally do shopping with Shay's, but I thought, oh, I'll just do it for them. So, you know, they get to see the boys and Lou and, again, just more content behind the scenes. So if you want to get to know me more and I want to get to know you, last night we actually had our first, I do a monthly live with certain tiered Patreons. And in October, I tried to use live stream and set up a link and share it unlisted or private, but no one got in. So I don't know if I did it wrong. So what I did was for November, I set up a Zoom account and it's free. And set up Zoom, and we last night I got to meet 2 new folks that I had never met before. I mean, I've seen them online. Obviously, you know, they've commented on my videos and I love them. And I was like, okay, so now I got to see what they look like. I got to know them more. I got to know them personally. And I had so much fun. And so we're going to do that monthly. So if that's something you're interested in, the Patreon link is down below. So go ahead and do that. Plus I have Buy Me a Coffee. If you don't want to do a monthly commitment and you want to help out the channel that way, then that's another way of doing it. It's just a one-time, coffee. So, and it helps the channel. Everything I get, YouTube money wise, and anything from Patreon and anything from Buy Me a Coffee goes straight back into the channel. I have a separate account, and every time I buy something Diamond Painting related, it comes from there. So I definitely keep it separate, and it keeps me going. It keeps, you know, all the fun stuff, because I want to show you guys things. I want to show you the newest and greatest and latest, and, you know, maybe what's not the greatest, you know, so you know not to buy it. So yeah, all the things. All right. So anyways, is that all the shop talk? You know, I like to get all the diamond painting stuff out of the way first before we get into personal stuff. And I think I've covered it all. How long have I been talking? 20 minutes. Oh my goodness, you guys. I got a lot to talk about too, because I got to make up for last week, right? I wasn't here. All right. Let's see. Let's talk about, sorry, y'all. That's a bad, I just song kind of popped in my head. If you know, you know. Let's see. Let's talk about Disney, okay? And then we'll talk about Thanksgiving. So for those of you that don't know, my family and I went to Disney. We go to Disney about twice a year. That's really the only family vacations that we ever take. We have season tickets and the whole 9 yards, and it's just something that we really enjoy doing together. And the boys, you know, 16 and 15 still enjoy it. I'm probably the one that is burnt out, to be honest with you. I even asked the question on this trip. I think we were at the airport heading back, and we were kind of just waiting. And I said, or maybe we were at dinner, but I was like, so anybody, are y'all still enjoying this? And is this something we still want to keep doing? Y'all having a good time? Because my husband and I need to make a decision on if we want to buy, you know, be pass holders again and buy season passes, and how many more times we think we'll go. And because we can't go to Disneyland. That's the thing that sucks. We can go to Disneyland, but I'm saying the season passes are only good for Disney World. They're not transferable between parks. They're owned by different folks. There's a different entity, which because I have family in California. My dad's there, my grandma, my brother, my nephew. I mean, we've got tons of cousins. I've got tons of family there, aunts, uncles. That's where I'm from. So a lot of times when we, when the kids were a lot younger, before we started going to Disney World, we would go to Disneyland and visit family and make it like, 2 for 1. We could go to Disney and see family. So, but I don't like the fact that these Disney World ticket, stuff that we have is just for that park. Anyways, yeah, I'm getting a little burnout. I'm not going to lie. And I even told everybody that. I'm like, oh, well, okay, well, I just, it seems like it's getting a little old for me, but if y'all are still having a good time, and y'all, it's not about me, it's about my kids, and it's about spending time together, which we do. And I just have a lot of stress and anxiety sometimes about the trips themselves and about packing for it. And, while we're there, are they going to fight, and sleeping arrangements, and, all the things. I over worry, but it ended up turning out pretty good this time. We've had some doozies, believe me. But so where it all started was we left on Saturday, about 4, our flight. So we headed out and we got to the airport. Everything was smooth, no problems. And then, flight was good. It's about a 2.5-hour flight to go to Florida. But, oh, I got to back it up for a second. Something happened at the airport. So we're sitting at the airport and we always get there early because I'd rather be early than late, right? Because you never know how long, it was Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, and we weren't sure if it was going to be like a crazy travel day. It's a Saturday. It wasn't too bad. Security wasn't too bad. So it didn't really take as long as we thought. So we had about an hour and a half to sit at the gate. So we're all sitting there and we're all kind of doing our own thing on our phones and iPads and reading magazines. And my husband looks at me and he goes, "Hey, how would you feel if Ryan and I went to a 49ers game tomorrow?" I was like, "What? I thought we were going to Disney. I'm so confused." I'm so confused. Say what? So my husband and my son are huge San Francisco 49ers fans. For those of you that follow football, huge 49ers fans because my husband's from San Francisco and he grew up going to the games, and he's a huge fan. And then we lived in California for a while, as I've told y'all. And then, so my son has now become one. And that's something they've always had, together that they do. So come to find out, the 49ers were playing in the very next day on Sunday. They were playing their Sunday game in Jacksonville, Florida. And we had a rental car that we had planned to pick up, that night. So it's a 2-hour drive from Orlando. And he's like, "Yeah, we'll just get up early Sunday morning and we'll drive 2 hours and we'll go to the game if you're okay with that." And I was like, "Sure, that's fine with me." Because y'all, to be honest, one less kid, because, Nate and Ryan sometimes butt heads because, you're talking about waiting in line for like an hour sometimes or more for certain rides. And they just get at each other. They're very competitive. It's like, who's cooler than who's smarter than who. It's always something. They could fight over anything or have a disagreement or a discussion on who's right and who's wrong about anything. And it gets old. So I was like, that's fine. And I know how much it means to them to be able to go see a game. The seats were really, because I guess the Jacksonville Jaguars, y'all, I don't really follow football. But I guess the Jaguars aren't doing very well. And the tickets were really, really cheap to go to this game at this stadium. And they got amazing seats. They showed me the video of, what they were able to see and some pictures, like first row kind of stuff. I mean, it was crazy. And they had a blast. So I'm so glad that they both got to do that during this trip. And then Nate and Lou and I, we had a great day. So we've been to Disney World, I don't know how many times now, maybe like 6, maybe, but I'd just be guessing, but a handful of times. And you would think I would know the park by now. Not like I probably no, not really. I have no sense of direction, you guys. I am like directionally challenged. And I just don't know how to get around, and I get nervous. I feel like I'm going to get lost. But Nate is amazing. Both Nate and Ryan know the park. I mean, they'll go off by themselves together, but they'll go off without us, and they'll meet up later because they know the park that well. They know all the parks. And I say parks because at Disney World, if you're not familiar with it, there's the Magic Kingdom, which is like where the castle is. And then there's Hollywood Studios, which has like the Star Wars rides. And then there's Animal Kingdom. And these are all separate areas that you have to like take transportation to. And it's huge. Then there's Epcot, which has the ball, the iconic, ball that you see. And then it's got like a lot of the foodie stuff. So it's a big place. But I am so impressed at how well they know the park and they know how to get around from place to place. So Lou and Nate and I headed out. We got up and headed out to the park. And it was great. We had a great day. Little bit of, touch and go a few parts because Nate was like, "You let her have her way." And she's being a brat, because I would just give in to Lou. And then I'm like, "No, Lou, we need to see what Nate wants to do. It's his turn." So we kind of had to, because, they both want to do different things. Now, I will tell you, neither one of them is into thrill rides. Neither one of them likes to do anything scary. Now, Ryan, on the other hand, does. So that's always kind of a problem when we go to Disney because we kind of have different likes and dislikes when it comes to rides. So we rode a lot of the fun ones like Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion. I rode Pirates 3 times. Yeah. Again, maybe that's why I'm getting a little burnout. Oh my gosh, you guys. I can like repeat all the songs, all the things that are said during the ride. It's just... But I am excited. We do have a trip planned this summer. And it's not Disney. We're actually going somewhere else. We're going to Hawaii. I'm so excited. We're actually going somewhere else. So we've been planning that for a while. And the kids had gone when they were real little. Lou was a baby. She wasn't even walking yet. So she doesn't remember anything. And she is really excited. I think we surprised the kids last Christmas with that trip. Because like I said, we've been planning it for a while. So yeah. And we're going to stay at a Disney resort in Hawaii, of course. But it'll still be Disney, but it's not the theme park. So I'm good with that. They're going to have the ocean, the pools. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Walking around Disney for 3 days. Ooh, my feet, y'all. My feet were so sore. The first day I checked my watch at the end of the day, and I think it said we had walked like 7 or 8 miles, which sometimes we would normally do more. So I didn't feel like we walked as much as we normally do. Oh, because halfway through the day, Nate's like, I'm kind of getting tired. Can we go back to the room and just take a break? Which is great. That's what I like about where we're at with our Disney experiences, because a lot of people that go for like their first or second time, because you really can't see it all in one day, your first trip. There's just so much to see. You're like, go, 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 right? And you want to do it all, and you just go from like sun up to sundown, and you just wear yourself out. We did that our first trip, and I thought we were going to die. And then second trip was like that too, but not as much. But now that we've been several times, we're kind of like, okay, we'll go. So we went back to the room. Lou was good with it. She wanted to take a little break, and I was all about it. So we went back to the room, and we chilled in the room for about 45 minutes. And then they both said, okay, we're ready. Let's go to the next park. I was like, okay. So everyone got a little break. And then we had dinner. And then by the time we got back to the room, my husband and Ryan came, and their team had won. So they were very, very happy about that. So I'm so glad that it was a great experience. They said it was worth it, especially with them having to drive 2 hours there and back. That's kind of rough. But my husband was tired, the next day because of all the driving he had done. But he definitely said he's glad they did it. And so I'm glad it all worked out. And then I had an opportunity to spend some time just with Lou and Nate. So we had fun together. We really did. It was kind of weird without everybody, though. I have to admit, I kept talking about my husband, and I kept talking about Ryan. And I'm like, this is just weird that we're at Disney and we're all 5 not together, And then we'd be on the buses, and I would see families looking at me, and I'm thinking, are they wondering where my husband is, or if I'm a single mother, or are they wondering what? It's like, they're probably not even thinking about any of that stuff, right? But the things you start thinking, it's crazy. So, I don't know if my head's getting in the way. I'm looking for another symbol, you guys. Sorry. There's just so many. Oh, okay. Actually, I'm finding them pretty quick. Let me get a quick little sip of coffee, and we'll talk about the next day. So yeah, that was Sunday. No, yeah, that was Sunday. So we still had 2 more days at Disney. Tuesday, it rained and rained. Now, I will tell you, when we were there by ourselves without my husband and Ryan the first day, it sprinkled a little bit, but it wasn't a big deal. Now, I did not bring umbrellas. I did not bring ponchos. Our first couple of times we went to Disney, I was like one of those first, I was like, a newbie, and I packed extra socks, water bottles for everybody. I was packed to the gills, right? Overpacked, because I didn't know what, I read all the, videos and read all the online stuff about Disney trips, and I had just so much stuff. Now I'm like bare minimums, You're lucky if we don't even pack water bottles anymore. Or maybe we bring one and everybody just shares from it. I definitely don't bring any water or any rain gear. I kind of regret it this time, and I'll bring it when we go in March, because we needed it. So, and of course my husband, we're walking, and I already had checked the weather, and I knew it was going to stop. It was only going to be like that for the first couple of hours. And my husband's like, should we go buy umbrellas? And here we are walking towards the park. And I'm like, no, it's okay. And y'all, we got so wet. But the good news is it stopped, and the sun came out. It was a little humid, right? Because it had just rained. But that's the good thing about Florida, I've noticed. It rains for a little bit, and then it's gone. It doesn't seem to last, all day. Not when we were there. But my husband was kind of looking at me like, you didn't bring anything? I'm like, no, I didn't. And then when he offered to go get something, I was like, no, we'll be fine. And then we were all wet. Our hair was sopping wet. Our shoes were soaked, but it didn't ruin our day. And I was worried it was going to start hurting our feet, or, people, no, everybody dried up and dried off, and we were good for the rest of the day. So we went around. The second day, I think I had checked my watch and it was like 5 miles, 5 or 6 miles. So we didn't walk as much, but we did a lot of the same rides that they, my husband and Ryan had not had a chance to do yet because they weren't with us that first day. And we split off a couple of times because, again, Ryan likes to do some of the scarier rides. Husband will go take him. And then, then I take Lou and, Nate somewhere else. Lou and I did It's a Small World because we always have to do that one. And the boys really don't like that. So, Tuesday night, we wanted to get off property, to eat dinner because it's so expensive to eat at Disney, as you can imagine, right? It's so expensive. And so my husband looked on Yelp, and because we had a rental car, so he's like, we'll go, look for something to eat. And he's like, what about sushi? Because we all love sushi. And we're like, yeah. So he found this sushi place that was like highly rated, like in the area, best sushi place. And I was like, okay, let's do it. We hop in the rental car, we go over there, and it is scary. It's the scariest parking, like little shopping center. It's kind of dark. There's no cars in the parking lot. There's like a weird place next door, like some crab place. And y'all, the name of the sushi place, here's the best part of all. You ready? The sushi place is called I Love Ice Cream. And when he told me the name, we pulled up, I'm like, I Love Ice Cream has sushi? Are you sure? I'm so confused. He goes, yes, they have sushi and they have ice cream. They have like the Japanese, like the rolled ice cream. I was like, oh, okay. I trust him. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't really, I'm like, okay. We'll go with it. And when we pulled up, we're getting out of the car and Nate's like, where are we? Y'all, it was sketchy. It was a sketchy area, like, I don't know. So we walk in there and they've got these bright fluorescent lights. They definitely could, needed to work on their atmosphere. We were talking about that. They had this like Korean, Japanese, I don't know but like music blaring. It was blasting. And as soon as we walked in and sat down, we asked for a couple of menus and we sat down before we went over there and ordered, and they turned it to pop music, which we thought was really funny just for us, which was really nice. But the pop music that they played had explicit language in it. I guess it didn't have the explicit feature turned off on whatever they were using to stream the music. So yeah, there was a couple F-bombs that were dropped, and Lou looked at me and I just looked at her and I'm like, it's okay. We're good. Just don't worry about it. So, you're on vacation. You just got to go with the flow. Sure as shit, y'all. They had sushi. I was like, okay. And the ice cream looked good. I was like, can we just skip that and just eat the ice cream? Oh man, we kept looking at the menu and like you could see all the toppings. They had Nutella and they had everything. Roasted marshmallows. It looks so good. So we went ahead and ordered some sushi, and I'm thinking, okay, I only see like one person working here. And then you could hear somebody else in the back, and you could hear them like, talking to each other, and it sounded like they were yelling. And I'm like, oh my gosh, because we put in an order for a lot of sushi because there's 5 of us and we all like it. So I thought, okay, one, if we even get sushi, it might not be any good. 2, how long is this going to take? Because I don't even see people like making it. I mean, I only have one person back there. Y'all, I was wrong. You should not judge a book by its cover. I have learned. And it was so good. The sushi was amazing. The service was outstanding. Everything you could ask for was there. It was perfect. We had a great time. Priced great. It wasn't very expensive. It was definitely the cheapest meal that we ate when we were on vacation. Well, except for Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell, but that doesn't count. But kind of restaurants that we'd gone to and had dinners at. So yeah, and then after that we had ice cream. So we were so full. Nate didn't even have ice cream. He was so tired from the day. He actually asked for the car keys, and he went and laid in the car towards the end, and he didn't even get ice cream. He's like, I'm so tired. And we were all just so spent from, we had, because 3 of us had 2 full days at Disney. So our feet were hurting. So we did that, and it all turned out. So we are going back, like I mentioned, we're going back in March with for spring break. We're going back with a family of friends of ours that we've been with 2 other times, 2 other spring breaks in a row. So this is like our annual thing now. And we're going to go back with them. And where we're staying is about a mile from this sushi place. And they also like sushi. So we cannot wait to take them to this place. Their reaction is going to be hilarious. We might even do just takeout because, like I said, the atmosphere is kind of but everything else is great. And the sushi was really, really good. And they kept coming out and checking on us. And it was really fun. And then they took their time making our ice cream, and they gave us extra, toppings and didn't charge us for it. They were just, it was great. So we can't wait to show our friends that place whenever we go back in March. So we'll be heading back there and saying hi to those folks. And then, so we get back to the room and everybody's like super tired. And so Wednesday, we woke up, we're like, okay, we can do this. We can do one more day. So we get something to eat at the hotel. We eat breakfast. And then my husband's like, you know what? So he's like, Nate and Ryan, because Ryan had mentioned that he would, he goes, while we're on vacation, do you think we could maybe look at shoes? Because Ryan's shoes were like falling apart. I mean, they looked really bad. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe we'll see. So, and then Nate needs a pair of shoes badly, but he's like the last person to want to go like shoe shopping, right? I mean, he's a guy, plus he's not a shopper. So he's like, nope. So I was like, so my husband's like, you know what? They have a Nike outlet not too far from here. Let's go hit up the Nike outlet, go check it out, maybe get y'all some shoes, and then we'll go to the park. I'm like, okay. So again, that's what's fun about being at Disney as many times as we have. We're not like super crazy about going to the park all day long. And, because we've been there and seen it and done it. So we went to the Nike outlet. Y'all, it is the nicest Nike outlet because we have one in town near us. And it's, it's kind of like the leftovers, the ones that nobody bought. And it's, normally we don't find anything we like in there. This one had all like the good shoes and they were on sale and they were priced right. So get this, every single one of us, all 5 of us walked out of there with brand new shoes. So we were like, oh yeah, walking into the park, we had our brand new shoes on. So the third day we had new shoes, and then Lou got a pair of shorts and a cute top. And so she changed in the car because she wanted to wear that, but we were funny. Half of us wore our shoes out of the store and the other half changed when we got in the car. So, but yeah, I got some cute shoes. Again, y'all know I don't like shopping. So, and I was helping Lou, and I know that's what normally ends up happening. I'm helping the kids out and I normally don't look for myself, and I don't even like to shop for myself. So, and there's so many shoes to choose from and I'm not good about making decisions. Well, Ryan picked his out like immediately. He saw his and he was like, good. So he was kind of waiting for the rest of us. And then Lou found hers and he's like, Mom, what are you going to get? And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't even really looked yet. He goes, I said, do me a favor, because Ryan knows what's in. I'm like, will you go find me some shoes that you think are cool? Here's my size. Bring me some shoes. So yeah, y'all, he was like my personal shopper. So he went around and he picked out a couple and I liked them both, maybe like 3 pairs. And he got the right size and I tried them on and I ended up buying one of the pairs that he brought me. So it was awesome. Same thing happened for Nate because Nate doesn't like to shop either. So my husband had to really, shop around for him and bring Nate different shoes because he didn't want to walk around and look at shoes. So I'm proud of us. We all walked out of there and we had to buy a Nike backpack because we didn't have, how are we going to tote all this stuff back home? We're leaving with 5 pairs of extra shoes. My husband's like, well, I'll just buy this Nike bag and we can, put our shoes or whatever else, souvenirs. And I'm glad we did because our bags were big. I didn't feel like we bought a lot, but like Ryan got a Christmas sweater. It has like Donald Duck on it. It says like Bah Humbug. It's really cute. And then, they always buy Lou got a Pluto stuffed animal. I thought that was cute. Normally we let the kids pick out something. And yeah, it's just so expensive there, you guys. But it's an experience. It's fun. Again, I always kind of dread going into it because I don't like waiting in the lines. But what's interesting about it is, and I always kind of think about it at the end of the days when we're there, those times waiting in line are where the memories and where the togetherness actually happens. And you wouldn't even think that, but you're standing in line in close quarters with each other for an hour, let's say, or most rides are at least 30-minute wait, at least. But we waited in one line for an hour and a half. When we waited in that line, you need to be together and talk and, have some fun and make the time pass. So what we did was I pulled up my phone when it was just Nate and Lou and I pulled up my phone and I pulled up a kid-friendly Would You Rather. And I was asking them Would You Rather questions, and they loved it. And we've never played that game before with each other. And then once I got kind of tired of, reading a lot of the questions, Lou's like, let me ask y'all some questions. And she was able to read all the questions. I was so proud of her. So it was like good reading practice for her. And she felt like a big kid holding a phone, and asking us questions. So, and that's where, again, and we would play around with each other and zip up each other's bellies or unzip them and see what's in there. Like we'd play silly little games, or, oh, I wish I would have got this on video, or I didn't. I was too busy just watching it and loving it. We were sitting down, trying to figure out our next game plan. And so we were kind of just sitting and taking a break at one of the tables. And Ryan and Lou's like, here, I got this handshake, or this little thing you do with your hands. And she started doing it. It's called double this, double that, double this, that, double this, double this. I forget how it goes. But you go faster and faster, and you have to flip your hands and put them together, and you do it with somebody else. She taught Ryan how to do it, and they did it over and over and over again, and they were laughing so hard. So those are the moments that I'm like, okay, now I see why we come here, and now I see why these trips are important. It's the waiting sometimes where things happen like that, or it's the waiting in line. Like I said, we all were kind of just, I can't remember, y'all, the last time I even told Nate that, I can't remember the last time I spent this much time around you, because the boys are in their rooms a lot, unfortunately, or Lou's playing with friends, or, we're all kind of doing our own things, or they're at school, you name it, or Ryan's out with friends. So just some good family time. And it would get a little hairy at night sometimes, like who's going to sleep where. They kept fighting over who's going to sleep where. We do it every time we go to a hotel room. Being we have 3 kids, we always kind of have someone's got to sleep in the pull-out couch, or the pull-out this or pull-out that. We always kind of, we have noticed that you can just do one room and do 2 beds, right? If you've got, just 4 people. When you add that 5th person to your family, their room changes and the sleeping arrangements get a little bit harder. And so we, there was always some fighting about, Lou was crying one night because she wanted to sleep in this certain bed. But I tell you what, every single night, not that I remember, maybe one night, I think one night I actually slept with my husband in the master room. So we had 2 rooms connected, like a little, not really a room, but the couch would come out to a bed. So I consider that another bed, another room, but then the king size bed. And I think I slept in there once. I slept in the pull-out couch one time with different kids. And so we had musical beds every night. I slept with Lou one night, I slept with Ryan one night, and I slept with Nate one night. And of course, waking up in the morning and tickling each other, and just, it really was fun. I have to say, we had a good time. One of the things I forgot to tell you, whenever we got there and our plane landed, I forgot to tell you all this. So our plane landed, and the captain comes on, because we all thought we were heading to our gate, right? And the captain comes on, and he's like, okay, folks, we've got a delay. And we're all like, oh, everybody on the plane was like, And then he's like, I can't make this stuff up. And I'm like, oh no. He's like, so the fuel truck that was fueling the plane that's at the gate that we were supposed to be going into, the fuel truck ran out of fuel. And it can't move. So we can't pull into our gate until it gets fuel, because the fuel truck ran out of fuel. Y'all, we sat on the plane for an extra hour when we got in. So we were so done. We got in super late. Everybody was hungry. The only thing we could find that was open was Taco Bell. So we had Taco Bell at midnight, and there was so many people in the drive-thru. It took forever. So that first night was kind of rough. But we got in, we got situated. There weren't enough blankets for everybody, and some people were cold, but we dealt with it. I was just happy to be home and being in my own bed. That's all I'm going to say. There's nothing like your own bed, right? And your own pillows. So, but another funny thing that happened on our last day there, we had a little incident. We were we were in the room, and we needed to be checked out by 11. And this was on Wednesday. the day before Thanksgiving. So my husband and I were like frantically, packing and trying to figure out, what bag dirty clothes were going to go in and, just trying to, and then all the new stuff we'd bought and the new shoes and all that stuff. And we thought, okay, where are we going to put all this? So we were dealing with that and not really paying attention to the kids. Well, they started messing around on the couch that was, that pulls out to a bed, the sleepaway bed. And they decided to have a pillow fight, the three of them, because Nate and Lou were calling Ryan a butt sniffer. And Ryan did not like that. So they all started chucking pillows at each other. And I'm like, you guys, if those pillows break, there's going to be feathers everywhere. You just, like you see in movies, right? I've never actually seen a pillow burst, but I'm sure it can. And I'm like, no, please don't, And so I'd go out of the room and I'd get, sidetracked on what I was doing. I was trying to pack stuff up and trying to get out of there on time. Well, they're laughing and you butt sniffer and cracking up and, having a pillow fight. Well, the next thing you know, we hear a crash. My husband are like, oh shit. So we walk out there and they're all like, their faces, you guys, were so funny. All three of them were like, their mouths were open, like, uh-oh. So one of the pillows that was thrown at someone slipped out of their hand. So it was Nate. Nate owned up to it and he's like, it was me, I'm sorry. Nate went to go throw a pillow and whoever it was supposed to hit, I guess they moved and it slipped out of his hands and it hit the table where my husband's coffee was, and his hoodie was on the back of that chair. So the coffee goes flying and it goes all over his hoodie, and it was the only cup of coffee because, they have little coffee makers in the hotel room with a really nasty coffee. But it's better than nothing. And there was only 2 cups of coffee that we had cups for, and we had the packets for, and I was trying to drink mine, but the water there tasted like ass. And I told my husband that, and he goes, how do you know what ass tastes like? And I knew that was coming. I was like, all right, fair enough. But I'm like, and so after it spilled and we cleaned it all up and we made the kids clean it up, it was all over the floor, all over the table, all over his jacket, all over his hoodie. And once it was all kind of, settled and everything, and I said to him, I'm like, you didn't want that ass coffee anyways. That water is disgusting. I'm like, I can't even drink mine. So you're not missing anything. And he just kind of looked at me and rolled his eyes. But I mean, out of, the whole trip, that's not too bad. We had some funny, we always try to come away with some funny sayings that, happen on the trip. There was this one lady, it was when Nate and Lou and I were together that first day. It was a Mickey Mouse ride that had just opened. And we had waited in line for an hour and a half for this ride. And so there was a lady that we finally did the ride. We got off, and there was this family in front of us that were getting off as well. And one of the woman turns around and yells to the rest of her family, and I could see the panic in her face. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I left my phone on that stupid ride." I'm sorry, I'm laughing about it now, because can you imagine leaving your phone on the ride? How do you even get back? The line is super long. How do you even get? I mean, they've already probably put new people in that car, but I can laugh now. But we kept saying that the whole time. I lost my phone. I left my phone on that stupid ride. Like it was the ride's fault, right? So yeah, she was not happy. We rode a new ride. We rode Ratatouille, which they just opened up a Ratatouille ride. And after that, there's a French restaurant that Nate really wanted to try. So we had crepes. Now, when I think of crepes, I think of like dessert crepes, all right? Like Nutella and bananas. And no, they had dessert crepes, but they also had like crepes for lunch that had meat and cheese in them. It's kind of weird, but we were willing to try something new. So we all had a crepe, a regular crepe. And then Ryan and I wanted to split a Nutella and banana crepe. Nutella and banana, because he likes Nutella too. Because, I don't know if y'all know, I've talked about before, but I am addicted to Nutella. Oh my gosh, that's like the best. So I was like, yes. So we got one of those. Well, I didn't get a chance to eat it because we had signed up for a ride, and it was our time frame that we needed to go get in line to get the shorter line. So that's one thing Disney has added. It's new. It's called lightning lanes. They used to have something called fast passes that were free. You just had to sign up for them, and you would get an allocated time to be back for that ride. And you'd go in the shorter line. Now they make you pay for it. You get to pay for that shorter line. So they're making some money, you guys. They have figured it out. They are definitely making some money. So our lightning lane time was there, and it was at the tail end of it. And so we had to go jet and go do a ride. So Ryan's like, I'll save some for you. He didn't save any for me. So I never got to have my crepe. And then he tells me the whole rest of the trip, that crepe was so good. And my husband's like, don't tell her that. That's rude. I was like, yeah, come on now. Way to rub it in. So he owes me a crepe, y'all. I think that boy owes me a crepe. Gosh, every time I put a symbol away, I keep seeing 2 more. Oh, okay. I'm gonna pull it back out because this has got to be it. Y'all, this is the 3rd time I've pulled out the symbol. Now I know I'm talking, so I could be distracted. And I also single place a lot when I talk because it just is easier. And I can focus on what I'm saying to y'all. What else? Okay, so that was Disney. So we got home Wednesday night. It was with great flight coming back. No issues. Got our car. It was all good. So nice. We came home and my mom and dad were so sweet. They picked up the dogs for us because if the dogs didn't get picked up that day, because we were getting in too late to pick them up, the dogs were going to have to stay at the boarding place Thanksgiving Day and the day after Thanksgiving. So they would have been there 2 more days after we'd been home. So my mom and dad were so sweet. They picked up the dogs for us. They had them at the house. So we came home and we could see them in the window when we pulled up. And so everyone's screaming, going crazy because everybody missed the dogs. We open up the front door and they come running out to the driveway and Jasper knocked me over on my butt. I fell on my butt. It was so funny. We all laughed. I was like, Jasper. He just was so excited to see everybody. So it was a really cool way to get to see the dogs whenever we got back. So yeah, the puppies were happy that we were back and they seemed fine. Yep, no problems. And then it was expensive. Oh my gosh, it was really expensive to go on vacation and put your dog somewhere when you have 2 dogs, because we put them in an executive suite is what they call it at this place. I might find somewhere new. Maybe it's a little bit cheaper, but because it's not like you get any extra perks. They don't like tell us, how they did, what they ate. They tell us nothing. There's no cameras to watch them. There's nothing. So I don't know. And it's kind of far, but it's not even in the city we live. I have to drive to a different city. Anyways, it was expensive, but you know what? They were well taken care of, and that's all that matters. They're, those are our babies, our fur babies. Okay, so the next day was Thanksgiving. How are we on time? Okay, I'm almost done. So Thanksgiving was the next day. We were, of course, wiped out from the trip, 3 days at Disney, traveling, you name it. And my mom is an angel. My mom and dad, I can't forget about my dad. They had the best, most beautiful, most wonderful Thanksgiving setup for us. It was beautiful. We didn't have to be there till 2. We didn't have to bring anything except for a couple of gluten-free desserts, which my mom had already bought, a gluten-free apple pie. So what we brought was like almost just extra. We didn't have to cook anything. It was so nice, you guys, because we were so worn out. So we got there. She had a kids' table set up. Everything was decorated. It was just so beautiful and so homey and it was just the best, you guys. Like, going home again. And they had decorated for Christmas, and my mom goes all out, and I got an opportunity to see all our Christmas decorations. We got to see the tree. We sat and we ate together. My mother-in-law and her husband came over. So there was the 9 of us, and we just it was a really nice visit. Very, very, just relaxing. No drama. We went around the table and said what we were thankful for, and it was wonderful. And then after dinner, Lou and my dad and I took their dog Lily for a walk. She's a golden retriever. So we took her for a walk, kind of walked off the food a little bit. Nobody else wanted to go. Everybody else was tired. They were all watching a movie. My mom had Home Alone on at first. And then, the Dallas Cowboys were playing. That's what it was. Yeah, Home Alone was on when we first got there, but then the Cowboys game started. And some of us are Cowboys fans, some are not. My mom and dad are. The rest of us, not really. So if you're a Cowboys fan, I'm sorry. But, yeah, they're annoying. Anyways, so, watched the Cowboys game. And then, we stayed till about, 6 or 7, I guess. And came home and was just so tired. I mean, just worn out. And then the next 3 days just was spent doing laundry, you name it. laundry, grocery shopping, just trying to get everything back, you know, to normal. So real quick before I let y'all go, I don't want to run out of time and I don't want to go over too much. I didn't have an opportunity to talk about the craft room. Oh, and Snowflake. 2 quick things. I talked way too much, you guys. So I will mention Snowflake is our elf on the shelf. Snowflake comes every year after Thanksgiving, and she did show up. She showed up and she's been moving every night. Now, Snowflake is sweet. We have a really sweet elf. She doesn't get into trouble. She doesn't cause any drama, doesn't like make any messes. She's really, really sweet. And she watches Lou, and Lou's good because she knows that Snowflake is watching. She gave Snowflake a carrot the other day with a little note saying, "I know you're hungry from watching us." And then she even left her a couple of stuffed animals the night before. So she shows up in a different spot every morning when Lou wakes up. So we're having fun with Snowflake. And then real quick before I let y'all go, the craft room. The craft room that I've been talking about for 6-7 months now is actually happening. Framing is done. Things are ripped up. It's happening. It started happening on Monday. This past Monday, they just started ripping everything up, putting holes in the walls and doing everything. And then yesterday they framed it. And so now we've got the AC guys out running new, vents and everything. And then we've got electrical coming out. And then those guys will come back and do sheetrock. The guys that we had originally for the first couple of days that do all the construction part. And they'll come and do sheetrock. I did film a video this morning after I woke up, after I got Lou to school. Everybody was still sleeping and the sun was up because we have all the lights, all the electricals, turned off. And so I wanted to do it last night, but it was dark. But I did a video this morning for my Patreons and kind of showed them what everything's looking like. So yeah, it's coming along. So probably my next Whip and Chat, I'll put something up, or maybe I'll find a way to, put it in there and let y'all know, let y'all see what the progress is. But yeah, I'm getting a craft room. I'm so excited. I still can't believe it. Last night, my husband and I were looking at everything and talking about where we wanted outlets to be put before the electrician came. And he goes, "You don't seem that excited." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I just think I'm in shock. I still can't believe I'm going to have a room. I just never thought I would have a dedicated room to be able to do crafting. It just seems so crazy." So, and I said, "I'm just in shock, I think." And of course I kissed him and I said, "Thank you." And I said, "I'm very happy. And I don't want you to think I'm not. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is really happening." Okay. So if y'all have made it this far into the video, I'm going to give you the secret word. All right. Y'all have hung in there long enough. All right. So down in the comments, like I said, make it discreet. But if you can put the word snowman, 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 just snowman. Tell me maybe about a story of when you maybe built a snowman. Maybe you have, I have a snowman tree, whatever you want to put, just put snowman somewhere in the comments. And then I'll wait a week and I'll do the random, I'll pick, I'll just put that number and that word, and it will pull that word from the comments and we'll see who wins. Now, before we go real quick to see if you even want to enter, we've got some snowman stuff. Okay. So it's a little goodie bag of snowman stuff, and there will be more, like I said. Let me turn my light on. So this is, I just finished that reindeer. This is the other diamond dots that I had ordered, and it's a cute little snowman. It's a 30.5 by 30.5, so it's a great snack size, same size as the reindeer, so a 12 by 12 in inches. It's got 19 colors, and it is a full drill. But look at this cute snowman. Yeah, I don't know how many ABs, but I'm sure a lot of the white's going to probably be ABs. So you'll get this diamond painting. You will also get this little ornament with a snowman. Okay, it says snowman charm, but it's like a little wooden ornament. And it's 5D kit. And then you will get this snowman. It's you can put like a bottle of wine in here as a Christmas gift, or you can put anything in here. It doesn't have to be wine, but it is like a wine bottle bag, if you will. And you just have to diamond paint the snowman on there. It's a really pretty red, and it has everything you need. It's got all the rhinestones. And then last but not least is, I just unboxed, some of these things, but you probably just saw this last week. This is that burlap bag that a lot of people liked. It's really cute. And it also has a snowman that you can diamond paint. It has everything you need. Okay. And like I said, I'm going to add some extra goodies, some extra little surprises, but it'll be these 4 things at least with some others. Okay. All right. I'm so sorry that I'm like rushing through this. I just went on and on and on at the beginning. I should have pace myself better, but it's so hard. I get so excited and I had so much to talk to y'all about. I could talk to y'all for hours. Okay, so thank you all for hanging out with me. I just want to say thank you. Again, tell me down in the comments how you guys are and what you're working on. I'd love to know what you're working on. And of course, don't forget the word. And yes, just thanks for being here. That's all I can say. Thank you for being here. I really missed you guys. I missed you when I was gone. And I did. I honestly did. So I'm glad I'm back. I'm glad you guys are here. And hope you're doing jingle drills with us. If you're not, no worries. You don't have to. But if you are participating, we'd love to. And by the way, speaking of that, even if you're not participating in jingle drills, you can still be eligible and you can still put the word in there in the comments and still win a prize. What the eligibility will be for actually doing is for the grand prize. And I didn't even have a chance to talk about sponsors. They'll be all listed below. The giveaways today are not from any of our sponsors, but we've got Bella Art Day Nicole will be one of our giveaways. We've got diamondpaintingdrills.com. We've got Cooper Coast Creations for pens, and we've got Coverminders by Saban. So you'll see a lot of those unboxed. A lot of those will be prizes. And of course, Craftibly is our grand prize $75 gift card giveaway. Those things will be a lot of what the grand prize giveaways, what you're going to be looking for if you're doing this event and actually doing a painting that fits the theme. But for the weekly whip and chats, you don't have to be doing jingle drills. You just have to be here listening, hanging out with us, and just putting the word in. So be sure and watch Lindsay tomorrow. She does her whip and chats on Friday. All the international folks and US, everybody, watch her stuff. And you never know what will happen and what you'll find out. So, okay, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. The sirens are going off because it's 12 o'clock on Wednesday and they do the testing so I can hear them, but there's no emergency. I'm glad we didn't have any construction noise. It's been very quiet today. The last 2 days have been very, very loud. So I'm glad that it was pretty peaceful and quiet for us to do this together. All right, y'all, if you've already subscribed to me, thank you for subscribing and thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed and you've enjoyed this and you want to see some more diamond painting videos and some other random things that I get into, hit subscribe. There's a subscribe button down below. And then there's a little notification bell next to that. Click on that notification bell and then you'll be notified every time I post up a new video. Okay? All right, you guys, until next time, y'all take care. I love you and I'll see you soon. Okay. All right. Bye, guys.